You know, it there's like a cold front came up here in Florida.
Here too.
Yeah, so I opened my door to go outside this morning. It was a cold opening.
Yeah, it was here too. It was like 30 degrees here.
Get it? Get it? It was a cold opening.
Oh.
Welcome to the Game Corner, another video game podcast. My name is Harrison. You might know me as Ro Ixon. I am joined by my friend and co-host.
Sheldon. Probably know me as Captain Unova.
And he is still reeling from that amazing joke I just made, and we'll leave in the podcast. So what's up?
Not much, man.
We're missing a mocha today.
We are.
I feel like my mic is messed up still. Setting it up. I don't know. So if I sound bad, blame technology.
Almost sounds like you have like a sound gate or something that's cutting you in and out.
Is it cutting me in and out?
I think so.
No. Okay, I'll fix that real quick. This is all staying in the podcast because we are
Professionals.
That's the word. Okay, if I cut it in half of what it was before, we'll see if that. Hopefully that's better. Anywho, how's life? How's gaming? How's stuff?
Life's busy. Been a busy week at work. And some weird stuff's like, I don't know what's going on at work, but like during the day my cell phone signal just goes away, so I haven't even had like mobile data access, so it's just weird.
So you couldn't even play Showdown?
Nope. It's been brutal. Work life is busy. That is what I was starting to say, and which is why we don't have a mocha, is because work and life are busy. So scheduling didn't work out this week. That's why we have three of us. Works out
that is why we have three of us. When do I get to take a break and not be on the podcast, huh?
Never. You're the host, the main host, right? You do the intro. You do the intro.
Just because I speak first and loudest doesn't mean. Maybe that's how leadership works. That's that can be for a different podcast. So we've got Charlotte coming up in a week and a half.
Yep. Not long.
So we're all busy preparing for that.
Yes.
And I'm terrified because I have not had enough time to prepare like I always do. Yeah.
There's never enough time to prepare, I feel like. You always hear stories of people, it's like, oh yeah, I just decided to go with this team the night before the regional.
Right. And I was like, wait, hold on. Now how does that work? How are you so good that you can just
I feel like sometimes it's
before?
like the beginner's luck thing. Cause I'll have that like on Showdown sometimes, like I have a new team or something. I'm like, oh man, this is killing it. But like give it like a week or two, and then next thing I know, I'm not doing anything with it. And it's not on the hot streak like it was.
Is that beginner's luck, or is that the metagame shifting?
I don't know. Something along there's something.
Teams.
I feel like there's something outside of our control, some kind of celestial interference.
So okay, this is a fun anecdote, and I'm going to share on the podcast. So I got my wife to start playing VGC, right? She decided to try it out, made her a team, and then we just threw her on ladder, and we're going to see how it goes, right? And she notoriously has, we say, inconvenient luck. Never in like 3 games or 4 games on ladder have I seen so many crits, a freeze, 0 helpful paralysis. Like it was, we always joke that like VGC odds are always against us. Yeah. Never have I seen something so far against us.
She's got to get it out of the way.
It's true. That's what we're saying. Yes.
Yeah, you're building that karma up for whenever you go to the actual regional, and she ends up sweeping, and
is 9-0 or something in day
9
one.
9-0 day one makes day two. Yes, that's what's gonna happen now. So we'll see.
When you start playing VGC 2 weeks ago.
That'll be a fun little story there. We'll see. I know a lot of us are planning to practice together and practicing together. We have the battle corner is going strong right now after a little bit of a rocky start. Completely and utterly my fault.
No.
Well, no. I also blame people who didn't have their sheets in time. That's a different story. I thought that I could do more stuff on the admin side of Limitless than I could. Without actually reading any documentation or anything to tell me that would be the case. But I gave it a shot. Backfired. Opened up signups for 24 hours after that for the second attempt at this tournament, and then I got more signups anyway. So
there you go.
However that works out, yeah, we'll take it. So that's exciting. We got a couple of battles have already happened, I think, as of recording, and more are planned for the next couple of days. So we'll get round one out of the way here soon.
Yeah, I'll have I think I'm playing tomorrow.
Tomorrow, so the day this drops. Yeah. Me too. I'm also playing later this afternoon. The day this drops.
Yeah, there we go.
Whatever. However you're supposed to.
Future
time. Yeah, future time shenanigans. Wibbly wobbly, timey wimey stuff. So look forward to in a couple of weeks when the next signups open up for the next Battle Corner.
Yeah.
And we will discuss fun prizes. Do you have one at the ready yet? Do you have one in your office?
No.
Okay. Never mind then. You don't get to see it on this episode.
No. Yeah. No, it's I don't have it down here with me.
Okay. Cool. That is fine. We had Vancouver happen.
Yeah. Yeah, we did have a regional.
This past weekend we had Vancouver.
It was a wild. Did you catch any of the stream or the VODs?
I did not watch any of the stream yet. I am super behind on that.
You should. It's good. It was actually, they had a lot of good stuff on stream and stuff, I thought.
I know there's a lot of like different teams. Like, I mean, Lilicol won.
Yeah. Which
is wild.
Wild. Super wild. Like, dominated. And also, his first regional too.
Abdullah's first regional brought Lilicol and dominated.
Yeah, 12-2.
Yeah, that's amazing. I love that.
Yep. Yeah, it was a heck of a run. It was, just basic kind of like Lilligant Torkoal stuff too. Just eruption after you stuff. And then he had Fluttermane, King Gambit, Dragonite, and Great Tusk to round it out. I want to say this was actually a team by Nails, whatever. He said he got the team from him and just maybe tweaked a couple of the EVs, but other than that, he just took his paste and ran it.
Huh. I like it. I mean, yeah, to be fair, it does look like a relatively scary team. He has 2 choice items on this team too.
Yes. Yep.
The
Choice Scarf Great Tusk and the Specs Fluttermane.
That's interesting because I feel like that is a scary thing to do in open team sheets.
And I want to say he went a little different with the Fluttermane from what I saw on it compared to how a lot of people run the Specs. A lot of people, when you run Specs, you can run a ton of bulk on it. Mm-hmm. But I think he was actually running more speed. So it's a little bit faster of a Specs Fluttermane than what you normally see.
So really getting the most out of...
Yeah, it's just offense. It was a very offensive, like, going hard and fast at you.
Yeah, I mean, this... Lilligant with After You...
Yeah, so basically what he said on stream about it, because when he was talking about it, is it just really punishes you if you're not ready for it.
Yeah.
Basically. Yeah. Like, because if you can't outspeed Lilligan or do anything to stop it from after you an eruption, you don't have anything that resists or is immune or something to the eruption, like, you're gonna have a bad day.
Yeah, because you're ideally your eruption in the sun, right? Like,
yeah,
you have that going for you. You're gonna be at probably full health if you're going that fast. So your turn one is just melt.
Mm-hmm. Does a lot of damage. Charcoal, Terrifier, Torkoal.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, I mean, there's a lot of interesting stuff. Aaron Zhang lost to a Miss Will-O-Wisp in top 4.
I heard that. And he's got a good team too, right? He's got Talonflame, Bundle, Brute Bonnet, Tusk, Fluttermane, and Baxcalibur.
Yeah, the Terra Ground Baxcalibur. It's basically, cool.
I saw a really cool thing on Twitter, of fan art that someone did of the Terra Ground backs.
Yeah.
For Aaron. I'm like, that's so cool.
It was basically Great Tusk 2.0, like, for his team. Because all he did is just basically click Earthquake with it.
Earthquake, yeah. That's cool.
But also, I think one of the cool things about his team it's different from what you see in normal, but the Terra Grass Iron Bundle was actually really big.
Really? What did it do?
Well, because you can Earthquake beside it, and it's not going to take much damage because Iron Bundle has such good physical defense.
Mm-hmm.
And if you resist the Earthquake, you're not taking much damage. So it actually is a good Terra type for it.
And a pretty otherwise standard.
Because it's an Encore one, so you have just Icy Wind and Freeze Dry, which I think that is actually the scariest of all the sets. Like, I've been running this on mine. I don't even bother with Hydro Pump anymore.
No. No. The 3 moves that Iron Bundle runs are Icy Wind, Freeze Dry, and Protect, and then something else.
Yeah.
Whatever's going to be fun for you on that team.
But I think Encore, though, is so punishing with how fast it is.
It truly is.
Encore can just, if you forget about it for a second, because I've done that so many times, like, as a Dondozo player, like, you'll want to protect a lot and everything, but I'll forget about Encore Bundle, and I click Protect in front of it, and I'm like, oh, well, I'm not doing nothing for like 6 turns. I
lost my USPA match for last week I took a Dozo team, which I never do, and then I was like, oh, well, I'll Protect to play it safe, and then I saw that it was Iron Bundle, and I was like, oh, shoot, I just didn't read open team sheets good.
Yeah.
I have.
It's not something you like think about, and with as fast as it is, it's getting Encore before you do anything else, and it's
absolutely.
Yeah, it is very annoying.
Yeah. Yep.
But I want to say there's a few other interesting. You didn't get to see it on stream, but there was one. Also, they were talking about it. Oh, go ahead.
It was cool to see Aaron Zhang back in.
Competing, and hitting top 4, just rolls up, takes off his commentator's jacket and puts on the sweatshirt, hoodie, and gets in there and dominates.
Yep. But good for him. That's very good. Nice to see him back in action, as it were.
Yeah, there was just some wild teams too, because I'm just kind of going down the list. I wish I don't think we got to see this on stream. I don't remember it, but it was a Bombardier team. A Trick Room
things?
Apparently. I mean, they got 27th place with it, with Hatterene and Bombardier.
Oh, and Torkoal.
Yeah.
Arcanine, Iron Hands, and Fluttermane.
And the item choices, Room Service Bombardier.
Oh, I may have heard
with
something about
Acrobatics, Knockoff, Rock Slide, and Sucker Punch. And what its ability does, that Rocky Payload, is it boosts rock attacks by 1.5, I do believe.
So it has the
it's stab on stab. Yeah, because it's Terra Rock, so you get the adaptability too on top of it.
Yep. Yeah. So you have all that going. Wow.
Yep. So it's wild seeing some of that stuff pop up. I think that's the craziest thing in day 2, though, from what I see.
I mean, it's nice to see a lot of variety, right? There's not one kind of archetype that's winning.
It is way different than like the metas we're used to with Sword and Shield. I will say that.
Series 12.
Especially Series 12. You pick your weather and a sword dog and Incineroar. You know, that's all that was. Palafin didn't perform too well though. I'd hate to say it for you.
Yeah, I'm sad. I was looking at that. I mean,
it's been dropping off. It was high usage in the tournament. It was 7th overall, but only out of 64 teams, 5 made it to day 2.
That does me a sad.
Yeah. Dondozo was good. I think Dondozo had the highest.
Does me a sad.
Yeah, Dondozo had the highest cut percentage at 20. So it's 12% of the field, but 21% of day 2.
Do we have where are you seeing those stats?
At the bottom on Victory Road. So go all the way past the CP, but go below the top 64. But yeah, they have all the stats there. Armor Rouge 2 was real big in this tournament.
Yeah, with the rise of Armor Rouge and DD, I'm not shocked.
Yeah.
Wait, where?
Gargonicle did very poorly.
Did it really?
Yeah.
That's exciting.
Yeah. It was 6% of the field, and none made day 2. Neither did Gothitelle. Gothitelle didn't make it either. Interesting. Yeah, I always like looking over the stats, just especially when you see the day 2 split. The day 2 split always makes it interesting. I'm just surprised that Dozo had such a good showing.
Okay, yes, I found it now.
That's what's fun, I think, with this meta.
20% to 7 was Palafin. I am sad.
Yeah, that's.
I might have to drop off the Palafin train for Charlotte here if that's the case.
Well, people are just so prepared for it, but then again, you get something like this, and people are like, "Oh, it's not doing so well, so you're not as prepared for it," and then it's gonna spike another tournament.
Which side? Yeah, which side of the meta do you want to be on there? Do you want to be on the following side or the? And
I feel like that was Abdullah. Like I feel like he was on the right side of the meta that for this the Lily Cole like. Because that's why how he said he's like, just some people you just couldn't stop it, so he just leads Lily Cole, and well, you lose, because that's how the finals went. You'll see that when you watch the finals, he leads Lily Cole, and he has just absolutely nothing he can do to prevent it.
People are going to be prepared for it now.
Yeah.
Also,
oh yeah,
to prevent that, you can bring out Rain.
You could.
That's what I would do as a Rain player.
Yeah.
I don't know. Eruption would still do some damage with Terrifier and Charcoal.
Yeah, it's still gonna chunk if it's full health. I feel like.
But then you are potentially out.
Well, then you got you also gotta worry about playing the whole sleep powder game.
Yeah.
If you're swapping anything in, trying to do stuff, like you get to the mind games portion.
Yeah, it is always 5D chess.
Yep. And you just have to sometimes just get that one call wrong or right, and that changes everything.
Mm-hmm.
Something that can shape your whole tournament, because you can go from the winning bracket to the losing, and the next thing you know, you hit 2 bad matchups. And
even Goldango is super down in usage.
Yeah.
And Roaring Moon. Wow. Or not usage, but
cut. Yeah.
Yeah, cut. Like
I said, I felt like this tournament was pretty wild. Like you had it was different than the other ones. But it's also just, I feel like the meta, and I do like that about this meta. Like I was saying about the Sword and Shield, like it's just so different. There's so many things that you can run that are actually viable. And I feel like people are still scratching the surface, and we're about to go to a whole new series. So
yeah, I'm not I wish, especially with how, like you said, how we've barely scratched the surface, the opportunities to have things change and develop. There's still so much there potentially. I mean, obviously, it keeps changing. Every regional we've seen has a pretty much different flavored top cut.
Yeah, it hasn't been like the same thing over and over. Like you have the same archetypes showing up, but there's always variations to it. It's not Renya Sun,
right?
Top cut in every tournament, it's different. Which I like. Like it's like say if you scroll through the top 30, I mean, there's a Tinkaton in the top 32.
That makes me happy and sad.
Yeah, I mean, there's
top 32 is Tinkaton, huh?
Yeah, there's
even like Annihilate is really
the Belly Bolt. Zach Emerson, his Belly Bolt team was pretty cool too. That was fun to watch.
Excellent.
Iron Valiant had a few showings. There's an Azumarill. You don't see Azumarill often.
I saw the Azumarill up there in top 16.
Gavin Michaels. Top is 7th.
Yeah. Top 8. There it is. Yeah, that's cool.
The Glenmore, I think it was Zachary Thornberg that did a self-proc on the Glenmore to set spikes, toxic spikes, so it poisoned the switching in Pokemon to pick up the KO.
Right.
Because it was super low, and if it wasn't for the poison, he would have lost. But self-procking, it was pretty sweet.
That's very cool. It's cool to see neat plays, the stuff. Such a fresh meta.
Yeah.
Well, still changing.
It's always good to see that too when you're thinking on your feet, kind of like, because that's not something you can prep for. It's like, okay, in this situation, I'm going to have to self-proc because you can't predict. Okay, they lived at 5% HP, and if I can just get this poison, they're going to get knocked out at the end of the turn. Like, that's not something you game plan for. That's just in the moment, thinking on your feet,
realizing what you have to do. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And like, come Regulation C, those like even calcs and playing on your feet are going to be very different. With how the
I haven't even played anything in Regulation C yet. I don't want to until it's here. I'm still focused on 2 for Charlotte right now. Yeah.
But like, ooh boy.
Yep.
I'm not looking forward to see. I want other people to pioneer Regulation C.
Yeah.
So I can catch up with that, and then I'll be.
If I can still run Dondozo, I'll probably be happy. But
it's everything changes
we'll see.
When the ruinous Pokemon attack.
I just need to figure out the bulky ones, the deer and the.
I'm excited. I'm excited for them. I want to use them really bad. I want to use them more than the offensive ones.
I was back before in the preseason. I started using the deer, whatever it's. I can't remember their names.
Ting-Lu.
Ting-Lu is the deer. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, I had started to use that one right towards the end of it. Kind of figuring some stuff out, but didn't really have time.
Yeah,
we actually got
rules.
Yeah,
sure.
But yeah, it's exciting stuff.
It is cool. I'm very excited.
And also another crazy thing too is back-to-back regionals with first-time regional participants winning.
Right, like that's like really cool stories. It was so fun.
Like, and I think they were saying something. I don't know if this was true. I mean, someone correct me if I'm wrong let us know in the comments if I'm wrong. But I think this is the first time someone has. At least Knoxville was like someone's first regional since like Wolfie in like 2012, winning their first regional.
Oh, was it really?
I think so.
Like, so Knoxville. Justin winning Knoxville was the first time that someone has won their first regional.
Yeah, like the first the first one that the first regional they attended was they won.
Oh,
and now it's happened back to back. But the player base is just insane. Like,
huge.
I mean, they all talk about, you see a lot of, whenever you actually get guys like Wolfie or Aaron talking about, in the interviews, like just how the field is not like it used to be.
Sure.
Yeah. Cause I mean, even Sword and Shield, you're watching some of the big tournaments, you knew, maybe the people that would be in Top Cut right from the get go, just name recognition alone. But now
not so much.
No more. Like, people just come out of the woodwork and are dominant players.
Yeah, that's wild. Yeah, I'll never forget that in my first regional, I got top 600.
That's right.
That's right. Yeah. Oh, it's really cool, and there's so much that you can like. We could sit here and dissect all of Top Cut.
Oh yeah, like there's a lot.
There's a lot there, and it makes it hard to really decide what to talk about in a podcast.
It does. We're just kind of covering things. Like I'm just looking at just whatever catches my eye. But
yeah.
Definitely go back and watch the stream if you have it though, because it was, like I said, it was actually some entertaining. The interviews were all really good this time around too. Not saying they're not all good, but like they were exceptionally well. Like Abdullah was really good whenever he got his interviews. Mm-hmm. You know, he was good. He was fun to listen to. You get to listen to Aaron speaking from the player side.
That's pretty cool. That's nice to see.
Yeah. Also, another cool thing too, I guess, because it's the only Canadian regional and a finals was against 2 Canadian players. So, good job, Canada.
Oh, that's a good point. That's a good point. We like that.
Yeah. They get to defend their home turf, so that was pretty cool.
Kicking Dylan and Aaron out of there.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what else we got?
I don't know. Charlotte's coming up. What are you doing to prepare for Charlotte? What are you practicing against?
Whatever I can, because if you look at these regionals, and even from my experience in Knoxville, prepping, I feel like it's easy to prep for the main threats, the common things. What gets me is when I look at a team sheet, I'm like, I have no idea what this does, because like in Knoxville, I ran into the Iron Jugulus. I was like, I had no plan for it. I had no game plan for it because no one had seen Iron Jugulus until Knoxville.
Right.
And I got smacked by Iron Jugulus. I just couldn't do anything to it.
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah, I don't know. Like it's hard.
I feel like it actually, I may like take a fresh showdown account, just wipe one clean and just start from the bottom and just see what kind of wild stuff I see.
I'm probably doing that this weekend, is taking one of my accounts, clearing it, and just going from the bottom up.
Because
and seeing.
Because we've been playing this series for a little bit, even whole Scarlet and Violet. So like, it's easy to identify the main stuff. I feel like, for me anyway, like It's easier to identify what a Dondozo team's going to do, an Armor Rouge team is going to do. It's easier for me to look at the team, but whenever I just start seeing weird stuff, I'm like, I don't know. So then I would rather like run into some wild random stuff on ladder than at the regional.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Because sometimes my answer to that is I just throw things at it and hopefully it stick. It's just throwing darts.
You're like trying to scout. See how it goes. And okay.
It's a different scouting than like, trying to figure out moves, with open team sheets. So I'm just trying to figure out like I know it's got these moves, but I don't know what any of them are going to actually do or affect,
right.
Damage rolls, none of that.
Yeah, good point.
How about you? What is your practicing method?
Right now, besides teaching someone who's never played VGC how to play VGC, I'm laddering on cart to get more cart practice, because it is such a different feeling between playing on cart and playing on Showdown.
It really is.
And
I'll agree.
I was watching some videos of people, and I was like, you want to practice like you're in the tournament. So like play on your Switch screen, like have it like in what is it, tabletop mode is what they call that the Switch with little things, whatever. Like play like that.
You can
put a mask on if you could. Although I think the mask thing changed, but like someone's like, wear a mask, wear the clothes you're gonna wear in the venue. Like you like put yourself in that spot and then practice. And I'm like, that's
just
fair.
I'm sit in a chair for 8 hours. Like, don't
sit in the chair, play 3 games, get up, run to the bathroom real quick, and then like run around your house like you're trying to find your seat.
Yeah, just walk around for a little bit. Have someone call you saying pairings are up, and you have to go scramble. You have to go to a website.
You have to turn off like Wi-Fi, 5G, LTE, and also turn off 3G, so you're just on 2G because you're gonna have crappy internet service down in the venue, and then try and load Arcanine.
Yeah.
Yeah. One thing. Ooh, actually, we'll continue this topic, but I do have the next fun thing we can talk about to continue on this episode. But practicing on ladder on cart is I'm gonna get to Master Ball. I tweeted out that my promise to do that on stream, so I'm streaming today when this episode comes out. So tonight, Thursday night, is my goal. Hopefully I can do that, and then I think I'm busy Friday.
Oh,
or that might be reversed.
Whatever.
Look at my Twitter and I'll say if I'm live or not. Or my Twitch, more importantly. But
get that notifications.
Yeah. But doing some of that, practicing on Showdown, and I have 3 or 4 completely different teams that I'm actually playing with right now.
Oh, nice.
So my goal in that is like, one's my Knoxville team, right? So that one I know in and out pretty well, and I'm still very comfortable with it. One is the team I'm teaching my wife. That'll be super fun. That is one archetype. I have another archetype that I'm working on. So I think just 3 right now. I want to get another one. I'm looking for another team, but it's great because I get to play that on stream. So I have variety on stream, and I decide to change teams for whatever reason.
Yeah.
And then also, it's just I can learn how other things are played. And then next week, I'll probably focus on one team.
That's a good thing just for general practice, I feel like, is just playing different archetypes just to know how it flows kind of thing.
Right.
Like, because you're like, oh, okay, you want to do this. And then so whenever you're playing against it, you can think,
you know what they want to do.
They know what they want to do. So, but then again, sometimes to me, it's almost you get into a dangerous area whenever you're like, okay, they want to do this, so I can counter this. But what if they counter doing that? And then I usually just end up, I'm just going to click the simple button on what is super effective for me. Like, what is good for me?
Yeah.
Like, I always like to kind of look at the safe option over. Every once in a while, you got to take a risk, but yeah, it's got to be calculated.
And you have to, like, it's the thing you'll feel in the moment of like, I think I can do this. This is your gut will tell you this is what I need to win.
Exactly.
And hopefully your gut's right. But yeah, like I've my whole Orlando run was full of overthinking. What are you gonna do? What are they gonna do? What do they think I'm gonna do? And sometimes you just gotta hit the super effective button.
Yeah.
Right. Like it's sometimes that simple.
So that's always like my usual thing is the KISS motto is keep it simple. Yep.
Yeah.
Just keep it simple sometimes, because whenever you start getting like I said, there's a time and a place where you're like, okay, I have to make this read or I lose. You know, sometimes you end up in those situations, but if you're not, unless you're like, okay, it's 50-50. If I hit this and win, I mean, I guess. But
I was just before I started recording, I was like, I'm gonna do a couple ladder games because I'm waiting for people, Sheldon, to get on here. So I was like, I'll do a couple ladder games, and it was my Knoxville team, so I had Iron Bundle and Dragonite on the field against a King Gambit and Giraffe, whatever.
Fergiraphs,
yeah. So I was like, cool. What I want to do here? So first turn, I'm like, I'll keep it simple. I will close since it's Fergiraf, I'm presuming Armor Tail.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to fake out. This is turn 1. So keep it simple. I'm going to go for the freaking close combat onto the King Gambit because that makes King Gambit sad.
Mm-hmm.
King Gambit protects. And Fergiraf, I thought was going Trick Room, but they did something else. I was confused by that, but okay, cool. So I was like, okay, I think this time, since I just clicked close combat, they're going to Terra or switch out.
Yeah.
I'm going to wild charge. So thinking ahead, right?
Yeah.
Trying to get this read. And then I like Terra Blasted Dragonite, Terra Flying, Terra Blast Dragonite into the Frigiraf. So I clicked that, and I'm like, but wait a second, are they gonna do that? They didn't Trick Room. Oh man! As soon as I hit that confirm, like second guessing myself, waiting on that communication screen.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh gosh, what's gonna happen? So turn starts, my Dragonite's faster, so it Terras, and I'm like, that makes sense. And then I see them hold up the Terra Orb, and I'm like, yeah, I called the Terra. They did it right. It Terra's Steel, because I thought it was Terra Flying, like they normally do. It was Terra Steel for a Iron
So
Head.
it's whatever they.
It was
whatever they caught. Like they didn't put no Terra shards into it for anything fancy.
I'm just.
It was their in-game King Gambit.
It was something. This was in high Pokeball because I have not done that much battering on cart yet.
Yeah.
So but I was like, okay, you made it this far, you can't be.
Man, it's a weird place down there, man.
Yeah. So
it is.
I had to go. I was super excited because I got the read of the Terror right. Mm-hmm. Just it was not what whatever.
And you don't have open team. That's why we have open team sheets in a tournament, though, because
there are so many things that I've seen. So I treat laddering on Showdown because it's 50-50, if that, on open team sheets, and then of course on cart I treat it completely differently than like open team sheets and best of threes, right?
Yeah.
And the way that I kind of like whatever analogate it to, is that a word? It is now. Is for like best of three practice and open team sheet practice, you're like actually practicing how to sword fight, right?
Yes.
Like you are actually that is the actual thing you're gonna do. You're getting those skills down, and you're using your tool, your team, with that. And then for closed team sheets and cart ladder, you are just taking your sword and sharpening it. You're inspecting your weapon to see how it performs in different situations that you might not necessarily be prepared for, and you have no idea. You can't prepare for it, right? Because you don't have open team sheets. You can't necessarily see everything. You get a good feel for it, of course, and that's oversimplifying.
I wish they showed the Terra type at least. At least. Give us Terra type. That'd be so much better.
Yeah, I don't need to see moves because if they showed moves and items, they just show like the Pokepace screen, and it would be a pain to bring that up in game. I feel with the 45-second timer and like input and like that would be terrible.
Yeah, but you could show an icon of the Terra type beside it, man. That would just make laddering so much better, because then you wouldn't have like what you just had, where you just have like you could just been clicking close combat, right? Free will, not have to worry about anything because it's going to be super effective no matter what.
And it's that much closer to how the game is played.
Yes, in official context,
right?
But yeah, I didn't know how you were going to take it. I was like, you talk about sword fighting, the regional, official tournaments like sword fighting, like getting to the ladder, like especially on cart, is like, I don't know, you're sword fighting, but sometimes you have a sword and your opponent has a noodle, like a pool noodle. Like it's a street brawl, kind of weird.
It is sometimes that.
Yeah. And sometimes you brought your sword and they brought a bazooka. Like you don't
No,
they brought a whole tank.
It does feel that way sometimes. Oh, so anything else you had brought to the table to talk about? Because I do have one more thing.
No, you can go ahead.
So I don't think we've talked about this yet in the last couple of weeks. But like just regionals, just the going to a regional. What is that like? Like we all know that you're gonna sit there, and we complain about you're gonna play 13 hours with 10 to 9 to 10 or whatever rounds of Pokemon, and it's gonna be a slog. It's gonna be hell, whatever. But like the actual process of you sign up for a regional, you figure out your accommodations, you get there, you check in, you get there the day before, you get your team sheet. Like You get to see people. You have the in between rounds. Let's talk about that because that was super fun.
Yeah, it is. That is actually, I feel like the actual draw to the regional is that.
Especially since I've already been to 2 and I haven't gotten CP yet. So I don't know that I'm going to get CP this season, and certainly not 300.
No.
So I'm not going to go to Yokohama to compete, at least not in Worlds. Maybe the side events if I feel super spicy towards the end of the year. But yeah, so what was it like for you? Knoxville was your first regional, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, so what was it like for you?
It was almost a surreal for parts of it, just because everyone that we've talked to online and all for years at this point, we've only been able to communicate online because there just hasn't been events.
Right.
So getting to physically see these people and sit down and have a meal with them and talk to them, like, it's just a wild, crazy kind of experience that way. But it's a lot of fun. Like I was saying, like that was the actual regional part to me, not necessarily the playing the game.
Right.
It was everything surrounding the game.
Right.
Us trying to figure out lunch, on the lunch break, like.
So lunch was super fun because if you weren't in Knoxville, the Knoxville Convention Center, first off, we were down in the basement.
In the basement, yeah. They put us far away. They don't want to see the nerds and the Pokemon people. Like, y'all go hide.
I have tweets from the Orlando and the Knoxville regionals of like the weird events that were next to us or sharing their center with us, and it's like there was a nursing one and a jujitsu one or something, or grappling was Knoxville. There was cheerleading competition in Orlando.
There was like volleyball game the night before or something like that in Knoxville. There's a lot going on.
But yes, so we were like going up and down this like 2-story escalator between rounds, because like we would come out of the basement or whatever.
And that's the only way you got cell phone service was to leave. As soon as you stepped outside the doors of the event hall, you got cell phone service.
Yeah, it was terrible. But we'd like meet up there. And then there's a lot of open space. At least it felt that way because not everyone left, and obviously you leave when your match is done. But like to go out and just breathe, right? Just to finish the game, or yes, I finished the game, right?
Stretch your legs a little bit, kind of chat it up. Yeah.
We were trying to figure out where to eat, and we're like, where are we going? We're going. And my wife is across the street at like this other hotel thing, and like there's a restaurant there, so we just go over there. We sit down for the lunch break, and they give us like an hour and a half lunch break or something like that, 2 hours, whatever it was. I think an hour and a half lunch break. We had like a nice sit down lunch.
It was nice
with a couple of people like from other parts of the VGC community.
Yeah.
And
while everyone else is standing in like a 1.5 mile long line for 2 food trucks that one ran out of food halfway through lunch.
So bad. So we actually had a meal.
Yeah.
For
it was nice. We ran into Chris Rock leaving the hotel.
Yeah. I forgot. Like that was like
a wild thing. Just
random. Yes.
Yeah.
So like it was so cool. It was
a lot of fun.
Lunch was good.
Going out to dinner and everything with everybody too.
That night was super fun. Super fun crowd. Just go
playing some Mario Kart into the wee hours.
Something Captain's Corner. Yeah, that was also an experience. We have Saturday night when we all realized that we weren't making day 2. We decided to go drink. How many beers was that, Captain?
For me?
For you. Yeah, how many was it?
On the day, like 12, maybe?
It was 13, I counted. Anyway.
Oh, okay. That was close.
Yeah, and about 9 or 10 of those were in like the 2-hour period. We were in Mocha's room playing Mario Kart with other people.
Yeah.
And then you went on tirades of stories about random things, which
I have experiences.
We now have ideas for Patreon content. So if we have enough interest, we'll make random Captain's Corner stories. We need more people to sign up for Patreon, though. So down below in the link tree, find that, sign up, show your support. Thank you so much.
I need to find a better scene for that. I feel like I need a smoking jacket for it.
You need like a fireplace.
Like a fireplace. Yeah, I need a fireplace.
Like a big, like comfy lazy boy.
Yeah.
With like
I need a smoking jacket.
A pipe, a smoking jacket.
Yes.
And then
a pipe.
I
need a not my mule glass. I need the whiskey,
I was gonna say whiskey, but like it's you need like a giant ass tankard.
Yeah, we'll throw that off. Yeah, I got some of those though. So
there you go, perfect.
Yeah.
So there you go.
There we go.
We got there. There's your patron
the not family friendly side of the game corner.
My goodness. The stories were absurd. And I'll leave it at that. If you have interest, let us know. So, but that was cool. I agree. Like all that stuff was super fun. Seeing people was Orlando and Knoxville. Seeing people was the best part for me to like actually, like you said, we've known these people. We've known their Discord names, their Twitter handles. We've maybe heard the voice on a Discord call. We've fought them in various grassroots tournaments for 3 years. Right? Yep. Like a lot of us kind of came into the scene with Sword and Shield early on. Some of us came mid Sword and Shield, but like we found these people. We get to actually see them in person, which is super cool. I think that was by far the best part of the regional. And then, I mean, for me, doing better in Knoxville than Orlando was very nice.
Yes.
Going from 590 something to 250 was cool.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And then losing my last round was the guy who got like 89th, and I'm like,
so close.
So that's a wild jump, but either way, that's super cool. And then just even like the fun, I don't know, I kind of find it fun or at least interesting to think of the logistics of like, can I go to this regional? Find the airplane, find the Airbnb or accommodations, whatever, and then like getting there. Like we had our own absurd struggles getting from Knoxville Airport to the freaking hotel. That was fun. And then even like sitting down for round one and then them passing out the team sheets and like checking to be like, yes, I did get my team sheet right. Or if you are super unfortunate and you got your team sheet wrong and you get wildly punished for it.
Very badly.
Anywhere from like game loss to round loss to you can't use that Pokemon at all for the rest of the tournament. If you mess up. Yeah. I'm like, there has to be, because the Arcanine system for that is,
oh my gosh,
it's awful.
They said they've been using that. I don't know if they used it before the Players Cup and Sword and Shield, but good grief, we had to use that for Sword and Shield Players Cups. Horrible. I don't know how many times I had to redo. Luckily I did this. I did my team sheet like laying on Mocha's couch in his hotel room, passing out.
Use it,
and I got it right,
and you were good. You didn't. Yeah, I was good. Okay, that's impressive.
But I just remember the first times. Maybe it's because I've done it before on Arcanine, so I kind of knew the process. It's not intuitive. It is not. It is not.
It's terrible. And
like making sure you save things and making sure it actually got added to the
only
team sheet.
Some of them, some of the fields you have to hit a save button for. Some of them save automatically. Yeah. It's like, who designed this?
Yeah, and like you put it in there, and it like it's actually not added to your team. But it's added onto Arcane. I don't know.
Like you can have a selection of Pokemon you can just make a different team with, I guess. Which is like maybe that's convenient. I want to give you a Pokepaste. I want to copy and paste the Showdown like stats because that's what's actually important.
That's what they should do. Is so I get why they don't want to use the Pokepaste. I guess because they don't want to use it.
But like even Showdown is like,
but they can use Showdown Builder and the import button, and you just import the like Limitless does.
There should be something
because you don't know that Showdown. You don't know
Limitless
that Showdown
does it well. Oh, whatever. It's absurd. They need to change.
Yeah, imagine if they just used Limitless. Like
better. It'd be better.
Way better. Arcanine looked like archaic too. Like it's just
archaic
not a pretty
9 more like it.
Yeah, it's not like the UI isn't pretty.
No.
It's brown and beige, and you're just like, ugh, what is this?
Yeah, it's weird. It's not even Arcanine colors.
Right?
Like a good Arcanine, like red orange would be so much better.
Yeah, something. But brown and beige, and I gotta look at this the whole time. Like
yeah. You stare at that thing between rounds. It's absurd. Yeah. You're like, did they refresh yet? Do you have pairings yet? Are pairings up yet? Even like finding pairings on that thing is
oh my gosh, yeah.
Because like there's 3 different ways to do it.
You gotta scroll, like, or it's do one of those.
It doesn't even homepage.
Oh yeah, it is. But you got to go to like your.
It doesn't make
profile. It's not just there. It's not a tab.
Like, the worst part. Every time, the worst part, and by every time in the 2 regionals I've been to, is checking in. You have to find your like play Pokemon number because that's the number that they use, which is on Arcanine, but it's like you can't get to it. It's annoying to find.
Well, and then you
get
into
like on your profile.
Yeah, like and then the server's like crashing because everyone's trying to get on it at the same time and you can't get to it.
No network there. Maybe for Charlotte, I'll remember to like take a note on my phone of my number just the day before.
Yeah, take a screenshot of that thing.
Everyone,
you need to like make it the background on your phone so it's just there.
It's there. Other advice for going to Charlotte, if going to regionals, bring a page protector for your
team sheet so it doesn't get all crinkled up. Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw people had that and I was like
sweat or whatever.
Oh, they were folded up into
smudging. You couldn't read it.
Oh, that's
I had like one where like I had to like he was like, I'm so sorry it got wet or whatever. I'll tell you what the Pokemon is, and I'm like,
I'm sorry it got wet.
King Gambit with Sucker Punch and Kowtow and what are the other 2? It was like I couldn't read it. It was absurd.
That's wild.
But yeah, so regionals super fun, worth going to.
It is.
Go to it. I had the problem for Orlando of like I'm gonna play well and have fun second, which is not the right. It's not the right mentality to go into.
No, it's almost a convention.
Yeah, it is more of a convention. I still had lots of fun. I did not play as well, and that soured my then moments feeling about it. Which I regret that part. Looking back on it, it was a blast, right? Like I'm not upset at all anymore. But like in the moment, I was really upset and like, ooh, don't just it's your first regional. Just you're not gonna be Justin unless you are. Then that's awesome. Or Abdullah.
But yeah, Abdullah.
Yeah, like don't expect it. Tamper your expectations. Be real about it.
Yeah, but I mean, if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, you still get to hang out with everybody.
Yeah, you still get to come say hi to us.
Yeah, and I feel like that should kind of go like just in general about the game. Like if it's not bringing you joy, like there's a problem.
Why are you doing it? Yeah,
like have fun with it. You're gonna lose. Like even the best players in the world don't. Win every like. Cause I think. Joe UX9 at Vancouver went 4-4 or something.
Joe UX9 has he's such a good player, but has the worst luck.
Yeah. But I mean, even then though, like, 4-4 isn't like the bad luck. That's not the play rough miss kind of thing. Like,
that's
like,
that's
it just wasn't his day. Like,
nope. It's not going to be your day sometimes. That's okay.
A 70% win percentage in Pokemon is a really good win percentage. So that's 30% of the time you're still losing.
Yep. That's how it goes.
Yeah.
And also, bring snacks.
Yeah. Bring
Bliss
snacks.
bars are your friend. Or whatever. Water bottles.
Yeah. Yeah. Bring water or something to drink is definitely a good idea.
Your camera's been having a rough time this whole recording.
Let's see that. What is... So I'll see if it... Why is it out of focus? I don't know. It doesn't do as good if I don't have it through OBS. I don't have OBS open, so
that's weird.
Yeah.
Oh wait, you have. We'll talk later. Anywho, yeah. What else?
I think that's about it for me, man. It's getting a little late, and I want to work on some school. I think before it gets too late.
That's a fair point. I'm gonna edit this.
You gotta edit.
Throw it up. I was gonna do other things to editing the video part of this podcast. So if you're watching on, well, actually, no matter where you are, you can watch this because we have the Spotify video, and we might be in other places now. I don't know. How? There you got it. Hey, there you go.
Sometimes you gotta do the close up, and then it'll cause it to refocus.
One of these days, when I'm a very successful content creator, I will get a mirrorless camera or DSLR camera for this for my whatever this is called.
Win the lottery. Win the lottery.
Yeah, that's what it is. More likely to win the lottery. I don't play. Yeah, I was gonna do something more fancy with editing. So if you see that, cool, I did it. If not, I didn't do it.
Let us know in the comments.
Let us know in the comments if I did my job. Okay, cool. Well, I think that's it. Let's wrap it up. I don't have my thing. That's fine.
You got this. I believe in you.
Thank you to Rob KTA and Game Chops for the use of our theme song Goldenrod Game Corner off the Ultra Ball album. Got it in one. My name is Harrison. You can find me on Twitch and Twitter at row_ixon. And if I have free time, whatever that elusive thing is, then I'll probably start putting stuff on YouTube again, as well as I start to stream more content, YouTube, rinse, repeat. You can find all of my stuff in the link tree down below. Who are you, Sheldon?
I'm Captain Unova. You can find me on Twitter at Captain_Unova, Twitch at Captain Unova. So I was gonna have an actual YouTube video up from the Malamar games against Mocha. Mocha put his up.
Oh, we have Malamar to talk about and USPA.
Yeah, yeah. Mocha beat me in Malabar 2-1.
Spoilers.
Sadly, spoilers. Yeah, but you can go watch it. It's a fun set. Well, I say fun. Dude brought stall. It was horrible. We'll talk about that when he's here next time.
Oh yeah, I gotta have you guys talk about that.
Yeah.
What's this week's thing?
Oh, this week's theme is first letter, last letter. So the first letter of the Pokemon has to start with the last letter of the Pokemon before it.
So like Volcarona to Armarouge to Executor.
Yes. Yeah.
That's not in the game, is it?
Yeah. But it works.
Yeah.
You know, that's how it, yeah. So, and I've been trying to figure out how to get Dondozo. That is very hard to get Tatsugiri Dondozo. And like one of the only ways I found it, I've had to include Houndoom. And it's like the only way the alphabet kind of works in my favor. Yeah. There's you got to jump through some hoops for this.
There's other Pokemon between there, right? Because Houndoom...
No, I'm saying though, just to make it work, like all the letters, like it's weird because there's not many things that end with a D. In Mousehold is one, and there's not many things that end with the M to get to Mousehold.
Okay, I see your logic.
Yeah, it's like math but with letters. It's
called algebra.
Algebra on crack is what this is.
Cracklegebra. Crackle. Okay.
But anyway. Cool. My video got corrupted from recording, and so it's gone. Yeah, so my video was just.
Why does OBS hate you so much?
I don't know.
You've had so much trouble with OBS as of late.
Yeah, I know.
Oh my gosh.
But whatever. This next week, hopefully, will be better.
Okay. Yeah. Who are you facing? Do you know? Can you say?
Brady.
How does that work? Right. Who? Oh, Brady.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Florida boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I need to talk to him actually.
So I'll be playing him this week on Friday. Yeah.
Maybe get him on the pod. He has 2 connections to this podcast now.
There you go.
Because he has USPA for me and then Malamar for you.
And he had to play Mocha too, so that's 3.
At some point, yeah.
100%.
Okay, we'll get Brady on the podcast.
But yeah, anyway. Captain Nova, wherever. Come find me.
And all of Mocha's stuff is in the link tree down below as well. Rowan H. Hall on Twitch, and not Twitch, that's not the one. He's on Twitter. And no.
YouTube.
Rowan Hall on Twitter, Rowan W. Hall on...
Yes.
Nope, it's backwards. I say this all the time. Don't trust my words, trust my link tree down below.
There we go. Trust the link.
Everything you need is down below, including the Discord, where you can go ahead, get in on the Discord. We have... we're still trying to find a good rhythm for this, but we do have an area just for practice. I have that role that I made finally in the Discord for that, so we can call for help to practice and try and get sort of a more coordinated thing there, along with the Battle Corner, which is our actual tournament, which we are currently running in a couple of weeks. So I have another sign up out for that as well. So yeah, all that fun stuff and more can be found in the link tree down below. Anything else, Sheldon?
No, man, I'm good.
Cool. Well, until next time, press start and game on. Bye. We did it.
We did it.
We had
you and I.
We had no plan for this podcast, for this episode, but we did it.
Do we ever have a plan for the podcast?
Sometimes more than this one.
Sometimes. But sometimes the best ones are when we don't.
That's true. We have, I think, our worst episodes are the one where we're the most prepared.
Yeah. When we have a list and we talk like this.
And we talk
Next,
like
we
this.
will talk.
All right. There's the outro.